Mr. Murphy, an honor to see you again, sir.
Please call me Eddie.
Eddie, my good friend Eddie. Good to see you again.
Just call me Eddie. Well, Mr. Murphy made me feel old when they say Mr. Murphy. The very last time I went out to a nightclub, that's why I stopped going to clubs. I was in the club, and the girl was going past. She said, "Excuse me, Mr. Murphy," and I was like, "You know what? It's over."
Within seconds of sitting down with Eddie Murphy, you can tell he's just as funny as he ever was. Let's flash back a moment to 1984, because believe it or not, it's been 40 years since Axel Foley first drove through the streets of Beverly Hills. And it's safe to say, a lot has changed. But that year alone gave us some of the greatest big screen experiences of our lives. There's a good chance if you were going to the movies back in 1984, you were seeing an all-time classic. And that year alone, we saw the release of Ghostbusters, Gremlins, The Karate Kid, Footloose, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and of course a little movie called Beverly Hills Cop.
May I help you?
Yes, you have a reservation for an Axel Foley.
The movie skyrocketed Eddie Murphy to superstardom, and now here we are in Beverly Hills 40 years later for the release of the new sequel, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. And we are talking with the entire cast about why all you need is a couple of notes to bring you right back to Beverly Hills. Get ready, this is a very special edition of Jake's Takes. Beverly Hills Cop was a massive hit back in 1984, but that year also saw the release of an even bigger movie, the biggest film released that year.
I think he can hear you, Ray.
Don't move. It won't hurt you.
Ghostbusters, a movie that was originally going to star a young up-and-coming actor named Eddie Murphy.
Before you were ever Axel, you were that close to being a Ghostbuster. And I would love to know how far you got in the process of figuring out who your Ghostbuster was going to be before Axel came along.
It was really simple. I was going to do Ghostbusters, but Beverly Hills Cop was a leading role, and Ghostbusters was like an ensemble thing, and I was one of the guys. So we went with Beverly Hills Cop. And I'd never been the lead guy. So
Well, I think you made the right choice. I think obviously...
because Ghostbusters are really classic. At best, I would love to have been in both of them. Back then, that would have been cool to have been Ghostbusters and Beverly Hills Cop. That'd have been, they would have shot a rocket off of my yard.
With Murphy originally attached to Ghostbusters, the role of Axel Foley was being shopped around Hollywood and was originally given to another actor on the rise, Sylvester Stallone.
What do you think the Sylvester Stallone Axel Foley would have been like?
Nothing like Axel Foley. I'm gonna put a banana in your tailpipe. It'd have been menacing. It'd have been mean when it was like, "You're gonna follow me? I'm gonna put a banana in your tailpipe." And that was funniness.
Because he didn't want to be funny, right? He wanted it to be...
It would have been like, he did a movie, what's the name of that movie he did? Not...
Cobra?
Cobra.
Yeah.
I kind of think Cobra, he took what he was going to do with Beverly Hills Cop and did Cobra.
Yeah.
Clean up your act.
Once Murphy was finally cast in the role of Axel Foley, he changed the film entirely. Not just by taking the comedy up to the next level, but understanding humor well enough to change small details in the movie, like swapping out a potato for a banana.
Well, all I need is a couple of bananas.
Because I know that originally it was supposed to be a potato, right? And I'm sort of curious, when you figured out as an actor that you were in a place where you could stand up and go, no, that doesn't work, it needs to be this. Because that's such a monumental moment that happened only because you stood up and changed it.
But from the very beginning, I'm improvising and coming up with stuff. I was watching 48 Hours a couple of months ago, and that's my first movie. And it's like, oh, wow, I wrote that, and that's my line, and I came up with that. And so from the very beginning, I guess it's from coming from Saturday Night Live.
I am Gumby, damn it!
It came on the set with, oh no, how about this? And what if we do that? And what if the director kept saying on 48 Hours, this isn't a comedy, Eddie. And I was, whoa. And a lot of his stuff just got in because it was, funny. We weren't supposed to be a comedy, but I was always, from the very beginning, saying, how about trying to add and make it funny?
Perhaps the only star bigger than Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop is that iconic theme, named Axel F.
Beverly Hills Cop, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley gonna find those drugs.
Bravo!
I think the Axel F theme is one of the greatest themes in the history of movies. Do you know when you're shooting a scene on set, do they come over and say, hey, we're going to play the theme in this moment?
If I was thinking that it might affect how I walked or what I was playing the scene, I walk in the room and I'm thinking, I'm just burning, doing a neutron dance. Is he listening to neutron dance? Well, then he has no excuse to be walking like that.
For nearly half a century, Eddie Murphy has made us laugh.
See, I got a lot of foreigners that come over. I got a lot of people from other countries that see my films that come over to the United States because New York is like a tourist place.
And perhaps the greatest joke of all is when those laughs come back around full circle.
When you're walking around the street, what do people yell at you?
People scream out to me a lot from my stand-up. I did this thing where I would how a lot of foreigners would hear my stuff, and then I just know I cursed a lot, and then they would, curse at me on the street, like, Eddie, f you, Eddie.
I got foreigners from all over the world walking up going, Eddie Murphy, you.
People scream that out. Anywhere I go, someone will go, F you, Eddie. Hey, F you.
Mr. Murphy, they're giving me the rap. I just want to end by saying, man, like I grew up with you. I was raised on your films. I learned what great comedy is because of watching you, man. So I just want to say thank you for everything.
Thank you.
It's a real honor.